Hello my little fairies and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look through my tarot and oracle card collection. I will start off with my tarot, then I will show you through my oracle. I will put each deck that I have in the description below. Right, let's get to it. I'm starting off with the Victorian Fairy Tarot. Don't mind my nails, guys. I dyed my hair without gloves and it went all over my hands. But I find these cards really, really beautiful. I love the illustrations on each of these cards. Oh, almost dropped that. These were one of the first sets that I bought, and I absolutely adore this set. Always feel connected to every single one of these cards. I mean, the colours, I love the colours that they use in these. So pretty. As you can see, each card is great and they have a lot of bend to them as well. And I can shuffle them because they're not too big for my hands. I always struggle to shuffle every card. But not with these ones. Right, I'm going to set these down now. The next set I'm going to do is the Oceanic Tarot. This is the backs of them. I really liked the colour scheme on the back. And I find that all the drawings are really pretty and beautiful. Even this one with the seahorse in the background. I mean, these are stunning cards, stunning. This was also one of my first decks that I bought. I bought this and the Victorian Fairy Tarot at the same time. When I started tarot reading, I was using these ones a lot more than the fairy ones, but I've really built a connection with the fairy one more than this one for some reason. I don't know. I'm going to have to work with them a little bit more, I think, because I do love these cards. These are quite bendy as well, and they go straight back to their original shape. And I find these hard to shuffle because they're quite big. But these shuffle well at the same time because they glide off of each other. So when you shuffle them, they don't get stuck. It's just I struggle because of my tiny hands compared to the size of the card. Right, now we're going to the Light Seers Tarot. I quite liked the backs because these were the only cards I had for ages with black backs, because all of my cards had colourful backgrounds. And with all my cards, I love it when they're colourful. I love the different illustrations. I'm really like the artwork. I'm always drawn by the artwork of cards. And the saturation of the colours are really pretty. These are really good cards to use. They give out really good readings. The same with the other two decks that I showed you previously. With this deck, you read them the right way up and upside down as well. Reverse, sorry. You read them reverse and the right way up. I tend to not do that with all my decks, just this deck. But yeah, I really do adore this deck. I use this to kind of read with, read for other people rather than myself. But occasionally I read for myself with this card, these cards. Sorry, that's my favourite card out of this whole deck. These shuffle well, but obviously today, for some reason, I was struggling to shuffle them. Right, now I'm going to Tarot del Fuego. I never know if I'm actually saying that right, but I quite liked these because these were quite quirky and reminded me of pop art. I like the bright colours. I like the unusual pictures that they have on them. I just found each of these cards really interesting. Their take on the tarot cards are really cool. And that's why I also bought the ones that I'm going to show you next. After these cards. But these pictures are really cool and beautiful, and they stand out. It draws your eyes to them, and they've got so many different things within the pictures that you can look at and get the meaning of the card from. Right, I'm going to set this back and I'll bring out the Magic Tarot in a second. I find these are quite easy to shuffle as well as the Magic Tarot because they glide as you shuffle them, and also these aren't too big for my hands. These are like the same size as I would say playing cards are. So this is the Magic Tarot. I bought these at the same time as the Tarot del Fuego because they were quite similar. And I love the pictures. But yeah, their take on the love card, the Lover's card, is one of my favourites because it's animals, not humans. I find each of these cards just lovely, and I like the colours and I like the drawings, although some of them I don't quite understand. I quite like this one though. And I'm going to set this there so I can shuffle them. As I said, these are very, very easy to shuffle because they glide. Although, because they glide so much, I'm struggling to put them down, as you can see. Right, now I'm going to go into the Oracle cards, and I'm starting off with the Oracle of the Fairies. This is this is the first Oracle set that I bought. And I loved the backs of them so much that I just had to have them. I really love every single one of the pictures. You can really feel what the card is trying to portray. And I'm very, very connected with this set. I usually use it with my with the Victorian Fairy Tarot, and also the Oceanic Tarot. They just work really, really well together. But as you can see, the pictures are beautiful. This is what I imagine fairies would kind of look like. Otherworldly and stunning and beautiful, but enticing at the same time. With Oracle cards, I always struggle with shuffling them because they're massive compared to my hands. But yeah. Right, I'm going to set these back, and I'm going to start with the Nature's Whispers. See, I've got the actual set by the artist, and then also a knockoff version which I use for my travel deck. But I was really drawn in by the pictures. I find them very pretty, and I like how does that not draw you in? So pretty. I'm going to set this down so then I can show you through the smaller version that I have here. The colours aren't the same in these cards, but they're a very, very good copy. and I also find these incredibly easy to shuffle because they are a lot smaller than the originals. Now we are going to the Moonology Oracle cards. This is the original by the actual artist, and this is a knockoff version that I use for my travel deck also. I thought these were interesting because I hadn't had cards quite like it, and I really wanted to get into Moonology and start using it within my craft. And I liked all the different colours that they had in each of the cards. I thought they were quite pretty, and I've always had a fascination with the moon. As I said with the other small set that I had, the colours aren't the same, but they're still pretty good copies of the cards, and I always find them more easier to shuffle with because they're a lot smaller than normal Oracle would be. The big one I always struggle with. And now we're going to the Spellcasting Oracle cards, which I love, and my boyfriend bought me, so thank you. I wanted these because I wanted to use some spell work within my Oracle when I'm doing my Oracle readings, so I really enjoy using these when I do readings. And I find the pictures so pretty and eye-catching. There's just something about these cards that just, every time, they just give you that feeling inside that I can't really explain, really. These are okay to shuffle. It's just, obviously, because they're so massive and my hands are so small, like with every single deck, I do struggle. Well, that was my tarot and oracle collection, guys. I will do Jar of Happiness reading. Let me shuffle them a bit. Oh, it says you're fab, and you guys are fab. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. I will see you guys the next time. And hopefully I'll get the hair dye off of my fingernails and hands. Goodbye, everybody.